to Korea with your friend JKKC. How goes it? How goes it? How is your side of the world treating you? Huh? Tell me about it. Well, I'm here with you with another episode of To Korea, investigating, interrogating, highlighting, shedding light on what needs to be shared on the athletic world, and being bold about some things, namely your resolutions. Who came up with this idea that every year we have to come up with this year plan on what we are going to have a covenant? We are going to have a covenant with our resolutions. They sound great. I think most people, I don't know if it's a Western thing or it's an Eastern thing or it's a Central thing or whatever. Resolutions, man. How is yours pending? How is it unfolding? How is your resolution on this? What is it, the fifth day of 2025? What did you write it down? Did you maybe tattooed your resolution on on any parts of your body? Hey, listen, my wife shared a resolution and I fully support resolutions. I think they're great if you can be committed and realize that as long as you keep revisiting your resolutions, you're okay. After all, every time you don't find yourself consistent on your resolution, don't feel bad. You're human. That's the last thing you should know. You should be very graceful. Be kind to yourself with your resolutions, my friend. You are a human being. You should love yourself with your resolutions. Get up, reboot, recalculate, recalibrate. You can even change your resolution mid this week. That's the autonomy of being a human being. After all, you're not going to be judged by the failures or success of your resolution. You're gonna just feel good about it. You're gonna say, I accomplished this, give yourself a medal, and move on. That's resolution for me. Because as human beings, we can be very hard on ourselves. Some people will swear that, hey, I will not betray you. Even if these guys betray you, I will not. I will die with you. Somebody one time said that, and I think it was 24 hours later. This guy was running for his life. You know the rest of the story. So that's a human predicament. That is a conundrum. I like that word. Sounds very educated. Conundrum. Yeah, that's our predicament. We say one thing, and when it's all said and done, our actions don't really add up. So I was just revisiting this idea of resolutions. For me, uh, I don't have to tell you, do I? You didn't tell me yours, so why should I tell you mine? The only one I shared here, early or late last year, was the fact that at my fifth floor, I'm trying to crash the 6 minute barrier in the mile. Hey, there's an Irish woman who just did 5:27. I don't forget that. I'm motivated. I'm chasing her down. I might not catch that lady from Ireland, but I'll make an effort. That is an athletics world, man. That's the only thing I'll tell you. Because I have a few things still I want to talk about. I had a very good episode last year that I want to just kind of continue revisiting this subject of people in athletics, mostly coming out of the Olympics. The best couple, the super couple, the golden couple coming out of Paris Olympics was Hunter Woodhall and tara-daviswoodhall. Paralympiad, and long jumper who won the gold. Both were gold medalists. Hunter was in the Paralympics category that happened after the Olympics or following the Olympics. And these couples, I've shared with you how incredible they were to me, in my eyes, and to many fans that follow their career. And I think there's something we have to agree, whether we agree or not. Even when I sit here, there's one thing I've learned when I navigate the world. The most discriminated people in this world, let's just put it this way, are people with any form of disability. I don't want to amplify that, proclaim that, announce that. It's a fact. Our friends will tell you straight up the most discriminated group of people or any sphere you go to are people with disability. It's sad because I think we really are not as inclusive and as accepting as we claim. I think one of the things that people don't even know, and I'll tell you this because I've been around people with disability, is that people with ability don't even know they're discriminating people with disability. Sometimes they think helping is what somebody with disability needs. No, they don't. And that's another form of discrimination. Did you know that? They don't need your help. They don't. You can ask if they need your help. But to think they need your help is a form of discrimination. I just gave you that to think about. Think about what I just said. But let's talk about this couple. Why do you think I bring them back again in this episode of To Korea? Because honestly, they've been talking, and I like the fact that even the couple are slamming. They are pretty much punching back on Michael Johnson. The Grand Slam thing is talking about introducing the Northwest, which is going. He says that he wants to introduce Michael Johnson. If you don't know that, catch some of my episodes or catch Michael Johnson, former 400-meter record holder from America. He wants to introduce a parallel format of competition and fan-friendly event that is going to start in Jamaica, Miami, Philadelphia, and whatever. So there's one thing you should know about the events that he's introduced is that there's no field events. And so the couple came out very strong. They used very strong words. And I don't want to paraphrase what they say, but they were not happy with Michael Johnson at all. In fact, I like what they say here. It's quite incredible. They told Michael Johnson, "You are washed up." That's very harsh. They told him, while you were at the top of track and field during your heydays, I could say Michael Johnson was around between 92 all the way to 96 when he won the 400 in Atlanta, Georgia. He was at the peak of his career. And then after that, I think he vanished a little bit and kind of retired. He's a commentator in BBC in track and field. But yeah, this is what they told us. I'm reading verbatim. I don't want you guys to quote me. They were very furious the fact that he doesn't have field events in his inaugural slam track thing he's introducing. And I like when people say this. I'm reading this. First of all, happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for everyone that whatever. Then he goes to Michael Johnson. It is Michael Johnson who is actually ruining the sport. And if you're trying to say just track, it's track and field. I think he wanted to say, it's track and field, old man, for a reason. Then they continue. I like this when he says, the field events actually do not have a lot of impact on the sport, and we don't need your saving. And you are long gone. Your time has passed. And if you wanted to change the sport, you would have done it long time ago. Instead, you're skipping out of the sport. The sport does not need you. Listen, I think Tara has a right to say that. She's a long jumper, okay? And this new thing that Michael Johnson is bringing to play in this coming year, 2025, has no field events. So that means she won't even participate. She's not part of it. To add that to the insult that things have been happening to them, this couple, and I'm reading some of these things, is the fact that you have to understand where people are coming from. First of all, people of color, people like me, I don't know. The world of sports is very Eurocentric. The world of Diamond League, track events, and all these meets, you'll find that they are predominantly Eurocentric, most when you go to Europe and other parts of the world. And so Hunter Woodhall and Tara Davis have faced a lot of rejections. They were not as glamorous as they are now, because now they're glamorous and they are maybe serial boxers around the US because they are the golden couple coming out of Paris having won gold. But before that, their journey was full of rejections. They talk about they were consistently rejected in high-profile meets. I'm talking of Stockholm, I'm talking of Zurich, I'm talking of Brussels, I'm talking of London, I'm talking of even New York, I mean maybe Eugene. I'm talking of LA. I'm talking of these big track and field events. The reason why they were rejected is because they didn't have a name. That happens to many athletes. But there's one thing about these couple that tells me a lot about them. They were very consistent. They didn't have an agent. They went what I call the unorthodox way of going to these meets. So for me, for instance, when I was in Europe, I had an agent. I had somebody like they call the manager, who was a spokesperson, who goes to these organizers of these events and they speak on your behalf and negotiate what you need to be paid for your appearance fees or bonuses, stuff like that. But this couple decided to go solo. They want to keep everything as a couple in the family, which is brilliant. That's the power to them. The problem with that is that most of these meets don't know them. They don't know their uh, their accomplishments. They don't, maybe they didn't have a name, but they still consistently tried. Let me read to you what they said. This is what I like about them. They say we would go into this meets and we were like, hey, put us out. They kind of, this is what they're saying. Tara, in her first year out of college, couldn't even get into Diamond League meets because she came out of college. Nobody knew Tara. They said no as she was trying to call them. In fact, this couple say that they were asking for those people, hey, just let us pay to come and compete. Trust me, that is bold and that is unorthodox. People don't do that, but they tried it. And now we are talking about their past. And you can see that this kind of rejection, this kind of a journey bonded them together. That's why to me they're the best couple coming out of Paris Olympics. And I've shared with you their winnings, their support, their togetherness. They just look fabulous together. And so to hear that the world didn't even recognize them before, and now they're like, yeah, you are the best couple. Just tell you how human beings operate. You're only as great as when you win and when you are doing well. But before that, people can testify to this. People don't care until you win, and then the lights are on you and all that. But one thing I should tell you about Tara that I'm repeating myself is that she said that our profile should have captured the imagination of the organizers of this meets because she's very, very social. She's into social media a lot. I mean, she's outspoken. She's a character. She knows where the camera is. She knows how to play the camera. So she has to meet people. Hey, if you let me come there, I'll just make this thing great for myself and maybe the meet. Well, we know the rest of the story, don't we? They are the winners coming out of Paris Olympics. I just wanted to give you this background about their rejections and now they were consistent and now they were unorthodox and they're still unorthodox. To have a biracial couple or people, he's Paralympiad, he's an amputee and he has these prosthetic legs that he had to train himself with. She's a lady of color and he's a Caucasian. That combination sometimes can be a challenge to some people. And some people are like, hey, you don't belong here. You don't know. But again, it's beautiful to see that the world has embraced them. They are winners. They are strong couple. They are beautiful couple. And I'm only bringing this back to tell you that I admire consistency. And I hope in your resolution, you could be consistent. Maybe one day at the end of the year, you can say you got it. I can highlight you on this YouTube channel and say you got it. Maybe I'll be sharing my how I got to break 6 minutes this year. I'll let you guys know when I do it. Maybe I should document that on a camera. I hope my wife might just go the track with me and see how I'm laboring to break 6 minutes. Again, I love sharing with you guys what is beautiful, what is lovely, because you remember me? I told you 2025 is a year of love. And I will continue doing this thing with a sense of humility and a sense of love that comes from me, from the universe, and from there, Father and Mother of love. May you be blessed because I tell you what, it's good to have beautiful people because life is still beautiful, man. Don't give up on life. Keep fighting. Keep challenging yourself. Keep your resolutions as long as you can. Well, you made the resolutions. You made that covenant with yourself that you are gonna be held accountable to your resolutions. Good luck. Wish you well. Let me know what is happening in your world. See you again on the other side of the pillow, my friend. It's me, your friend, JKKC.